Marketing Your Private Practice is a podcast where you'll learn easy to implement tips and strategies to grow your business without spending all day online. I'm your host, Colaiacovo, and I teach practitioners the Thrive marketing method to create simple and streamlined plans by focusing on long-term strategies, not just social media. Discover ways to spend less time on your marketing, attract more clients, and build the financial freedom that comes with a thriving practice. One where you have time left in your day for the people and things that matter to you. Hey, private practice heroes, it's Colaiacovo, and thanks for tuning into the podcast today. We're going to embark on a series of episodes that start with the one marketing activity you should never stop doing as a practice owner, and that is lead generation, sometimes known as list building. Now, before you start thinking, I don't need to listen in today because I don't want an email list, give me a chance to explain why this activity is so important, even for the solopreneur, the small business owner, the small practice owner. Because I don't want you to fall into the common misconception that list building and lead generation are exclusive to big corporations. In today's online world and business landscape, lead generation is and has always been one of the main marketing and business foundations, and it's something essential for businesses of all sizes. So when we talk about this, what is lead generation and list building? Well, I know a lot of people really understand what it is, but I want to make sure that everybody has a clear idea of the whole picture when it comes to lead generation. Because yes, it's all about building a list of potential clients, people who could become paying customers. It's really about creating a list, and it's a process of identifying and attracting potential customers, those leads who've shown some sort of interest in your products or services. Every business needs a list of prospects, and your small practice, your medium practice, your group practice, your service-based business is no exception. The main objective when it comes to lead generation is to capture the contact information and the interest of these potential customers. You want to capture it so you can nurture them through your sales funnel and eventually convert them into paying customers. List building is an ongoing activity that helps bring in a steady flow of potential clients. Every business needs a flow of potential clients, and especially a steady one. And that's why it's something you should always be factoring into your marketing plans, building an audience or a community of folks that will help you when it comes to changing markets and changes in the marketplace. And it will help you nurture client retention and referrals. And it will help you when the down times happen and you may lose a few of your customers, because our customers don't stay with us forever and ever. I know that a lot of practice owners do have customers that have been with them for years. I have customers myself that have been with me for years. But at any point, someone's life could change and you could lose those customers. And this is why it's critical. It's why practice and business owners should view list building and lead generation as an essential component of your long-term success. Lead generation is the one activity you should never stop doing, ever. When you neglect lead generation, it means you're missing out on valuable growth opportunities for your business or your practice. List building is all about building an asset for your business, because that list of names and the contact information for people who are interested in your offer, that list of potential customers, it's something that will help you build sustainability and allow you to expand your reach and increase your revenue. An email list is a valuable asset for any practice or business, especially if you've had thoughts of succession in the future. Those names are gold. Even if a lead doesn't convert immediately, having that person's name on your list means there's potential for future clients, especially as you nurture them with your consistent content and emails. They may not be ready today, they may not be ready tomorrow, but with consistent value and engagement, they could become clients down the road. I've had so many clients who've told me stories about how people were on their email list for years before reaching out to sign up and work with them. But if you don't have the names there in the first place, there's no nurturing and no future clients. The other bonus to having your own email list of leads is that you're not relying on social media platforms as your only way to have a community of potential clients. An email list is something you own and control. You decide when and where you send the information directly to people, not an algorithm. Plus, if you're like many folks I've dealt with who've had their social media accounts closed or limited because they supposedly broke the rules of Facebook, and I'll be often, this is happening more and more lately. Man, I tell you, Facebook has their own set of rules some days, and it is so random on what can happen. Just a few weeks ago, I had a good friend of mine with a Facebook group with 20,000 plus people in it. She's had it for almost 20 years. And she got a message that she broke the terms of service and it was shut down. Now, she did do something. She did hit the appeal button and appealed that she broke the terms of service and got it back. But that doesn't always happen when it comes to Facebook. And so if her only way of connecting with those people was through that Facebook group, losing that would have meant she lost access to 20,000 people. But losing that kind of access is not a possibility with your email list because you own those names and emails. With Facebook, you don't own that contact information. They do. Same with Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of the places online, all of the social media channels. You really do not have the full access that you do when it comes to an email marketing list. That email list is an asset you own and you control. And it's also a direct line to your community via email, not wishing and hoping the algorithm lets people see what you want them to see and what you're taking the time to create when it comes to your marketing. So remember, the size of your business does not determine the significance of this marketing strategy. Lead generation is the lifeblood of any successful business, regardless of its scale. And this is why I always say it's the one marketing activity you should never stop doing. Sure, you can scale it back a little when you're busy, but never stop. Too often, I've run into folks who are having that slow time in business and they're scrambling to get their marketing going again and to catch up and to get some new prospects in the pipeline. When you build that pipeline consistently, you won't feel as stressed during those downtimes. You'll have a little more of a comfort level knowing that you have potential people right there in your funnel. So now that you understand the importance of this marketing activity I tell you to never stop doing, let's look at what you need to have your lead generation funnel and system working for your practice or business. Ideally, you want to have what I call an optimized lead generation system in place. And optimized means you have the 7 main foundations in place that I like to make sure that people I work with, members in my Thrive Marketing Academy, have in place. And it's part of what we do in our training on lead generation. This way, I know they have an optimized lead generation system set up and running. And this is one that helps with SEO or search engine optimization too. After all, part of the lead generation process is making sure you have aspects of your foundations out there that will help people find you online and find your lead generation system so they can get into it and get in that funnel and become a lead. So let's talk through the 7 foundations of an optimized lead generation system and funnel. First thing, of course, is the lead magnet. This is that irresistible item you want to create for folks that ideally helps them solve one immediate problem and gives them a quick win so they can see how helpful you are. There's lots of different types of lead magnets that you can have. I did a podcast episode on this before, the 20 different types of lead magnets that are out there, and I'm sure there's more that could be added to that list. So I'll put a link to the show notes where you can listen to that. Because if you're looking for ideas on what you could make or create as a lead magnet, that episode will give you some definite ideas. So the second foundation we want to look at here is, how are you going to store that lead magnet, or where are you going to put it so that it has easy access for the people asking for it? Your lead magnet could be a PDF, it could be a video, it could be an audio. There's a lot of things that it could be. It could be a free email course. It could be a free online course in a system. Whatever it is, you'll need some sort of file or storage system somewhere so that people can access it. It might be using Google Docs, Dropbox, Amazon's S3 storage system, or it might be using an online course system if it's a free course. So you do have to have some way for people to get easy access to that lead magnet. The third foundation is the actual email marketing system and automation you'll want to use to help deliver this lead magnet to people. So this is a system like ConvertKit or MailerLite. Those are my top 2 recommended systems for email marketing. There are a myriad of others like ActiveCampaign, Keep, Aweber. And then, of course, a lot of you probably know about MailChimp, but honestly, I do not like their system for several reasons, so it's not on my go-to list. If you want to know why, DM me on Instagram and I'll happily share that. But any one of these systems, essentially, they're all a type of software platform or a tool that allow a business to create, send, manage, and track email campaigns to targeted audiences. It also serves as your central hub for planning, executing, and analyzing the email marketing that you're doing. There's lots of reports in there and different tools that can help you to know how to improve and do better. And it is the best way to get a system in place with a form where people can sign up with their name and email and get into your system. The automation that comes with these email systems help you do things like tag people who sign up with your form and then automatically send them to a thank you page and automatically send emails that deliver the lead magnet or the access to it and follow-up emails. And it's a system that allows you to send out newsletters to people too. It's all about automating this activity so that you're not manually collecting emails. And then when you get an email, manually sending the lead magnet back to people with the file. Now, some people do this because they're starting out and it's the only tool and system that they can use for their lead generation at the beginning. But whenever you can get into an email marketing system, and a lot of them have free options, then get one of those systems in place. Because I promise any monthly fee for even the basic of email marketing systems will more than pay for your time that you'll save by doing all of this manually. Plus, a manual option means people have to wait to get that item that they asked. And in that amount of time that it could take you to manually send it out, they may have gone on their way to a competitor and gotten what they needed from them. An email marketing system is a must in a lead generation system and funnel. Now, the fourth foundation is actually having your standalone lead generation page with the sign-up form on it. And this is a page with a simple URL that you want to have on your website where people can go to it and fill out the form from your email system that you've put on that page. And there's nothing else they do on this page except sign up for that lead magnet. There's no hard decisions to make, no other choices. You want a very simple page here and one that you can direct people to. And yes, definitely, because I know some of you are thinking, well, shouldn't I have it on my homepage? You sure can, but your homepage is busy. And when you don't have this standalone lead generation page, what happens is when you try to do some marketing of that lead magnet, you've got to send people to your homepage. And they may not get the message right there because there's so much on it. So having this simple page with nothing to do but sign up helps you actually get more leads and more signups. So make sure you have that standalone sign up page. The fifth foundation is a thank you page. And this is the page where you want to send folks after they sign up and they request your lead magnet. Your email system will have automation in here that will direct people to the thank you page after signing up. You'll have to set it up in the system, but it's usually very easy to do. And you should always do more than just say thank you on this page. There's lots of things you can say, information you can put on the thank you page, way more than just thanks for signing up, check your inbox. These pages allow you to give people maybe a little bit more information, or maybe you want to introduce yourself a bit. Maybe you want to have a little video on there. You could also send them to another page on your website to maybe get some more information or read a blog. Maybe you want them to book a call. There's lots of things you can do on a thank you page other than say thank you. But that's a podcast lesson for another day, to be honest. The main thing you need to know here is when you set up a lead magnet and you want to optimize your lead generation system, you want to make sure you have a thank you page that's very effective and has a strategic plan with what people should be doing on that thank you page. The sixth foundation that we've got here is a sequence of follow-up emails. So this is usually two parts. Number one, you want the thank you email that actually sends the lead magnet instructions out there, delivers the item or directs them to where they can access it. That's the first email that goes out. It should be fairly short and sweet with the information they need. If you try to get into a long, convoluted email here, you could miss people doing exactly what you want them to do with this thank you email, which is to download or access that lead magnet and start using it. So don't get really clever and fussy and convoluted with this thank you email. Keep it simple and very direct. Then the second part of sequence of emails is having those additional nurture emails to send out to people. So this could be a series of emails that you want to add in. And this honestly is a huge part of your lead generation funnel. An optimized lead generation system will have a series of emails that will automatically be sent to people after they sign up, and it gives them more info. It helps them get to know you more. It lets you share your expertise, give them more steps on what they can do to get the help they need. It's a way to start building a relationship with those people that have signed up and start nurturing them to understand what you have to offer and how you can help them. That lead magnet was only one piece of the lead generation system and only one piece of what you can do for these people. You want to make sure you share more with them and entice them to book a call or buy a program, sign up for your services, whatever it is you have planned for this entire lead generation funnel. The whole point of planning a lead generation system is you have an end goal in mind, and that's where you start, and everything you create in it leads to that. The nurture series of emails, the nurture sequence of emails is the thing that's going to play the biggest role in converting people from just downloading the lead magnet, reading the emails, into signing up and working with you. Now, it doesn't mean that they're all going to sign up with those first 5 emails that you send them. Like I said earlier, sometimes it takes years for people to really begin to trust you and get to a point where they keep seeing your emails, your consistent content you send out. And then at one point or another, they may decide, nope, you're not for me, or yes, indeed, you are for me. And that's when they reach out to sign up. The seventh foundation here is marketing content to promote your lead magnet and get people to sign up. A huge myth about list building is that you can just set up your systems and it will all magically happen. But honestly, nothing could be farther from the truth. List building takes work, and you have to work at it in many ways. It's not just about having a place on your website or including calls to action to sign up on your blog posts or in your newsletters. There's so many other ways that you can market and promote your lead magnet, and you should be doing this. So when I talk about doing the list building and the lead generation, it's really in this seventh foundation that comes into play the most. Doing the marketing and the activities to promote that lead magnet and get people to sign up for it. You are not Kevin Costner. Well, if you are listening, I would love to talk to you, but I'm pretty sure Kevin is not listening to my podcast. And honestly, he's the only one out there, and only in a movie can you build it and they will come. The rest of us mortals, we have to do marketing to tell people that we have our lead magnet, and we have to direct them to where they can sign up for it. And this is what doing the marketing to promote your lead magnet is all about. It means adding content into social media, emails, blogs, promotional material when you're at an event or speaking gigs. It also means having content or words that you say to people when you're speaking as a guest on a podcast or a TV spot, in a magazine interview, wherever it is, you want to be marketing your lead magnet everywhere you can. And there are many, many ways that you can do this in today's online world and in real life too, face to face with people. But a lot of people tend to forget that there are lots of ways that you can be marketing your lead magnet, even outside social media. That also will be a lesson for another day, because there are lots of ways you can do this, and very few are people doing them whenever I do a lead magnet or a lead generation marketing review. They're often just putting it out there and assuming people are going to find it. And that is not the case. not unless you're Kevin Costner. Now, a couple things to note about the foundations 3 and 4, the lead generation page and the thank you page. And I want to focus on these because I often find these issues when I do a lead generation funnel review for the members in my Thrive Marketing Academy, or when I do them as part of one of the free marketing reviews I offer through the podcast. If you're interested in that, there will be a link to that in the show notes as well. But here's the thing, your lead generation page where people can sign up and the thank you page where you send them after they sign up, both of these should be pages on your website, not pages in your email system. Or in the case of the thank you page, sometimes people don't even make one and they just have one of those pop-up messages that say thanks. Now, I get that this is a lot easier for some folks. After all, those email marketing systems make things so easy to do this. But easy isn't always ideal. Both of these standalone pages should be pages on your website with a simple URL, but one that has your domain in it. For instance, I have several lead magnets. One of mine is my free marketing stats tracking template. When I send people to sign up for this, they go to pepperatmarketing.com/freestats. That's the standalone page that I have. And I use it as a call to action in a lot of places. So I'm always sending people to this page. It's on my website, my domain. And that means the traffic to this website gets attributed to my domain, my website. But when you use the email marketing systems and put your sign up page on the URL in their system, that URL is going to be part of your email marketing system's domain. You're still going to send people there, which is fine. Again, it's easy to do and easy to set up. But then their domain is getting that traffic, not yours. This is where you send people after they sign up because you have it set up in the email marketing system. It should also be a page on your website. So again, you're the one getting that traffic. And in this case, because people have gone from the sign up page to the thank you page, it means they've stayed on your website longer. It means that they've visited more than one page. Both of these are things the search engines like to see. So when you use those email marketing systems and their landing page builders or their automated messages for when people sign up, you skip having these critical marketing foundations, these 2 pages on your website, on your domain. And that means you're also skipping the Google love that will help with the visibility of your website. So if you are able to make those pages on your own website, please put them there. And I know not everyone can do this, especially if you're starting out, you might be limited in what your capabilities are, your tech abilities. But if and when it gets to be a place where you can do that, make it happen as soon as possible. It will pay off in the long run. And if you want to understand a little more about the why behind using these pages on your domain, be sure to check out episode 18, where I talk about why you shouldn't use those free or even paid link in bio tools for the links on your Instagram profile. The same strategy behind that lesson is the one that applies here. And it's all about how I want you to stop sending traffic to other people's website and instead send them to yours. And I'll link to that episode in the show notes as well. So a little recap here. Those are the 7 foundations that are ideal to help you optimize your lead generation system so that you're able to consistently do lead generation for your practice or business, because that is a marketing activity I never want you to stop doing. As a quick reminder, those 7 foundations are your lead magnet, where you're storing the lead magnet for easy access, your email marketing system, your lead generation page with the sign up form, the thank you page you send them to after they sign up, your sequence of emails, which includes the thank you email and then those additional nurturing emails, and then consistent marketing to encourage people to sign up for the lead magnet. I know this is a lot to take in. Trust me. It's why I have an entire module and training on how to do this in the Thrive Marketing Academy. I always want to be sure that people in my programs are getting this really important marketing tool in place because it is so critical to your overall marketing and business plans. It's how you're going to get consistent leads into your business so that you can create a steady flow of clients. Now, if you're listening to this podcast in October or November of 2023, I invite you to get your lead generation system going by creating that irresistible lead magnet everybody will want to have. I'm hosting a free training in November to help you do this. It's a step-by-step training and immersive learning time so that you can create that lead magnet for your practice or business and have one that is so irresistible, people will be racing to download it. The idea is getting that lead magnet in place, and this training that I'm going to be doing will help you put it together so that you're ready to go with an optimized lead generation system and starting with that first element, that first foundation, which is the lead magnet. I'll have a link to where you can sign up for that training in the show notes, so you can be sure to click there and access the sign up page, which, by the way, is also a part of my lead generation system because a free training is a type of lead magnet. Hint, hint, just letting you know that. So I will have a link to the show notes where you can go in and do that. And I know lead generation and list building can be really challenging for people. And that's why I offer some of these free training sessions every year to help set yourself up for success with online marketing and list building. I want you building that steady flow of leads to your practice or business. So be sure to check the show notes and sign up for that lead magnet training that we'll be doing. And if you're catching this podcast after the event, reach out and ask me when the next one will be. The main lesson here today is that lead generation is that one activity you should not stop doing ever. It's a path to building that steady flow of potential clients to your practice or your business for the downtimes and the uptimes. And it's not always about generating leads using social media either, because there are many other ways to market that lead magnet and get people in your funnel. But the path to success with all lead generation lies in that lead magnet. It's got to be something that your ideal client really wants, that's so enticing they're willing to give you their email address in order to get it. People really covet their emails these days. People don't want tons of emails. So when you take the time to plan out your lead magnet, test it, try it all out, this is where you start. Sometimes they hit home, sometimes they don't. But if you never get one up in the first place and out there, you'll never know. So if you do want help making your first lead magnet, maybe your fifth lead magnet, or optimizing one that you have already, definitely register for the free lead magnet training that I'm offering that starts November 13th. Thanks for taking the time to listen in today and hear me talk about list building and lead generation and why it's so important to the growth of your practice. Be sure to hit follow wherever you're listening into the podcast so you don't miss future episodes, especially because the next couple ones, we're going to dive a little more into lead generation as well. This is Kathy Colaiacovo signing off, saying thanks for listening in. And remember, to thrive in practice means planning and using a lead magnet to bring in new prospects to your business or practice. And doing this means using an entire lead generation system to help you do it, so that you can have the automated ways of bringing people into your business and nurturing them, which is the path to converting those prospects to clients. I'll see you next time. You can find all of our show notes and resources mentioned at marketingyourprivatepractice.com. Be sure to connect with me on Instagram at pepperitmarketing and say hi. I'd love to hear any feedback you have, and make sure to rate and review the podcast and hit subscribe on your favorite player so you don't miss any future episodes.